Ooh, don't you love the new graphics? We're fancy here at 8 News Now. Welcome back, everybody. It's 6:39. Time for Mondays with Monica. Ladies, if you have a second, and guys too, but ladies mostly, we're getting ready for Go Red for Women. It happens on February 5th, but I wanted to get a jump on it because it's all about raising awareness about heart disease in women. And here to talk more about that is cardiologist Dr. Narala. Thank you so much for joining us. How you doing, Doc?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me this morning.
Absolutely. Okay, let's get right into it because, you know, in the tease I said, you know, it's all about heart disease, where we are versus where we need to be. Give us the overall picture of where we are with heart disease when it comes to women.
Well, Monica, I think a lot of people don't know is that the cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer in women, actually. It's anywhere between 20% to 33% of women, depending on what you read, but overall it's still the #1 in the entire year. Approximately 300,000 women die each year of heart disease. And, you know, it's been a lot of improvement in how we deal with heart disease, but, you know, we still have a long way to go, actually.
Yeah.
And heart disease, I think, is really underdiagnosed because there's a lot of myths in how people perceive heart disease. And, you know, they think it's for old people, which is not true. Heart disease and plaque can start building up as early as your 20s. And then other people think, I don't have any symptoms, so I'm fine. And that's not true as well because, you know, you classically see the guy that clutches the chest and falls, and that's going to be your heart disease. However, there's a lot of different symptoms that can happen. You know, you can have people that have shortness of breath. They just feel out of shape. I'm getting older, or they have back pain, jaw pain, neck pain, and these are all different ways that it can present. So these are kind of symptoms that need to be understood better so that people can be more aware and see their doctor sooner.
Absolutely. Doc, let me get into the weeds here because COVID-19 has shut down, and I'll be honest with you, I missed a lot of appointments early on, and in all transparency, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Narala, his dad is my heart doctor. I started going to him when I turned 40, but you know, heart disease in the minority communities, the black and brown communities, it's gotten out of control, and with COVID, a lot of people have said, you know, they're not going to the doctor, nobody wants to come down with the virus, so we're skipping out on these. And then we have seen, unfortunately, the huge disparity in the minority communities when it comes to healthcare overall. So talk about that disparity when it comes to the black and brown communities.
Yeah, so specifically in the African American community, we have to recognize that there's a lot of underlying conditions that are actually more prevalent, you know, such as diabetes is 60% more common, and that increases the risk of heart disease. And hypertension is actually the most common risk factor, especially for African Americans. You know, 42% of black men and 45% of black women have high blood pressure, and they might not even realize it. And African Americans are 5.6 times more likely to get kidney disease. And kidney disease is another comorbid condition that can cause you to have more complications. So it is definitely more difficult to see your doctor during COVID, and you know, you really want to be aware of, you know, being in a crowded office room, etc. So there's a couple ways around that. You know, you can have telehealth visits with your physician. You can even have regular phone checkups with your physician, or even do things at home, you know, such as checking your sugar regularly, keeping a log of that, checking your blood pressure regularly, you know, keeping track of that. And that way, if you start to see that the numbers are creeping up, you know, you can even just get a phone consultation or just talk to your doctor via telehealth.
Okay, Doc,
and as far as COVID,
let's talk about this. I just want to jump in here because I have some questions for you that I really want to get in before we wrap up. What can women do on a daily basis, Dr. Narala, to improve their overall heart health? Because there are little things that we can do to change these statistics.
Yeah, it's very simple. Along with the things I talked about, checking your blood sugar, checking your sugar, quit smoking if you're smoking. You know, 1 out of 6 Americans are still smoking. Checking your blood cholesterol, and, you know, exercising. That's a, you know, very simple thing you can do. Gyms are closed, but, you know, I tell a lot of my patients, open your front door, put on some sneakers, walk 15 minutes, turn around, walk 15 minutes back. That's 30 minutes a day of getting exercise. And, you know, to get moderate exercise, such as fast walking, you need about 150 minutes a week. So 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. that should be good.
And you're good to go.
Manage stress levels and make sure you're sleeping well.
Yeah. And doctor, this is the final question because we're almost out of time here. What about yearly testing? At what age should women, black or white, start getting those yearly checkups? I started at 40, but you're the expert. Tell our viewers what they need to do.
So at age 20 is when the American College of Cardiology recommends getting what's called a lifetime risk. And that involves talking to your doctor and estimating, am I at a higher risk panel? Am I in the high risk category for this disease? And that way you can start at 20. Now, if you happen to fall in a lower risk category, that can be pushed to 40. And at 40, when you started or when other people start, is when you start estimating the 10-year risk. So at that point, things may change between 20 and 40, and it's important definitely by the age of 40 to get screened.
Absolutely. Okay, Doc, I'm out of time. Tell everybody where they can contact you if they have more questions.
So we're part of Desert Cardiology and Vascular Center. We're in Henderson, Nevada. You can visit our website, desertcardio.nv.com, and we're on the corner of St. Rose and Eastern. All
right. So nice to finally see you. Like I said, I've been going to your dad for a while, so maybe the next time when I finally come in for my checkup for 2021, I'll get a chance to meet you in person. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
It's nice to see you too, Monica. Thank you very much.
All right. And ladies, please jump on it because I am currently taking heart medication. Yes, I am. Just being really honest with you. It takes a lot to maintain your health, and I hope that this kind of helped you guys out.